My name is Richard Steen Nelson. I'm Emeritus Professor of Biomechanics and the founding director of the Biomechanics Lab at Penn State. In addition to that, I hold an appointment as a member of the Medical Commission of the International Olympic Committee since 1985. I'm pleased to have this opportunity to address this particular conference through this video, especially because of my long-standing interest in protective headgear, particularly in football. As a former high school player playing with a leather helmet and no face guard, it is amazing to see the developments that have occurred. It has been assumed in recent years that this is standard of care, state of the art. In other words, the helmets have now reached a point where there really isn't much additional work that can be done, and that the number of concussions and the brain injuries that occur in football are part of the risk of playing the game, and the players and sports officials must accept that. A few years ago, I was confronted by a group from Erie, Pennsylvania. This group had developed a soft shell that was to be placed on the exterior of the hard shell helmet. My first thought about it was to be very skeptical, as typically researchers are very, very skeptical. So we underwent a number of experiments through a state program in Pennsylvania, the Ben Franklin program. So we began a relationship with this company and their product that is called the ProTech. So we developed a number of different test protocols. The initial test would be merely a straight drop test, in which we had tested football helmets for many years. The addition of the ProCap, or this polyurethane shell on the outside, resulted in a 20 to 25% decrease in the deceleration of the unit, meaning that less force is now transmitted to the head of the player. The other real nagging question is what happens if a player with this softer outer shell strikes another player, or either with another helmet-to-helmet impact, or maybe striking the chest or whatever, the ground, and if in fact this softer shell would create some torque or twisting, it could in fact end up causing serious neck injuries. So we underwent a series of experiments in which helmets were impacted, one helmet against the other, without ProCap, one with, one without. Surprisingly, to me at least, and I think my research team, that in fact there was no greater twisting or torque created. No increase in torque or twisting occurred, and it still retained this advantage in reducing the impact. A soft, hard, soft combination, a layered effect, all of which can increase the energy absorbing character of the helmet itself. We also heated them up, and we continued to do these impact tests, and again, this particular product held up very well, was unaffected by these parameters. We even impacted one over 100 times, and it still retained its energy absorbing quality. So we're at a point now where this product has been tested in the field, and you will no doubt hear about these results. It has the possibility of diminishing the number of concussions that are occurring. On the basis of all of the laboratory work, there is no question in my mind that this is an improvement in the protection of the heads of football players. And I strongly recommend that it be adopted, that it become required. Now, at the present time, the field information to date has shown conclusively that concussion rate goes down in those that wear the polyurethane shell, and there's no evidence that any other type of injury has increased. In fact, it's also, this being an opinion rather than one based on research fact, is that assuming all players are wearing now a polyurethane exterior cover on the helmet, it's logical to assume that other types of injuries are going to be reduced as well. Hopefully, this improved idea and improved product will find its way into the use, particularly by all high school and junior high school players.